Yeah, very special. It's not often I score a hat-trick. I think it's my second time now, so yeah, you have to enjoy it and make the most of it.
How important was your first to get level just before half-time?
Yeah, I think it was really important in terms of how the game was going. It came at the right time. Gave us momentum going into the second half, and then we believed that we could win the game.
Because obviously you were behind and you'd had all those chances, and the goalkeeper made, I think, 9 saves in that first half.
Yeah, the keeper was on fire, to be fair. He made some wildies. Yeah, but the team we are, we remain patient, we believe in ourselves and keep going. And I thought the way we controlled the game throughout the full game today was so good to see, because we've struggled there in the past and they cause other teams a lot of problems.
Yeah, now you are, of course, the youngest player to get a Premier League medal. Gael Clichy's with us. He took his record, so I'm going to hand it over to Gael. Go on, Gael.
Congratulations, Phil.
Thank you.
Well, I just have a question. We often hear big teams, once they've won silverware, saying that, every time they approach a game, they go and start a game, they feel so confident that they know they're going to win the game. I remember back in the days with the Invincible, it's such a feeling that you're strong all around the pitch. You have quality that you're actually going to win the game. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm playing with world-class players, and they decide games on their own sometimes. So yeah, it's that belief we have. Now we've got the badge on the shirt. We haven't achieved that for nothing, so we have to play with that belief without being too big-headed. We have to play with that confidence and go into games believing that we can win. So yeah.
Phil, it's Michael Owen here. I was looking at your goals in a lot of detail tonight. 3 different finishes, 3 very good finishes. Of course, we've seen the first one, you're keeping the ball down. The second one I was really interested in. You had 2 big options, obviously heading the ball back across. Why did you go for this near corner? Was it because it had so much pace on the ball, or it was because it's the trickier finish probably of the 2?
Honestly, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. Obviously Kev is fantastic to play with, and I think I didn't have to put a lot on it, the way the ball was. So yeah, I just directed it at goal and happy to see it go in. I don't score a lot of headers.
Third one, Phil.
Third one. Oh,
yeah.
I got told second before.
No,
so.
it's 3. It's 3.
Oh, it's 3. Okay. So yeah, some of that I want to keep doing. Try and score in headers. Yeah, and just improve my game. So glad I got in the right area today and scored the header.
OK, well, if you don't know much about that second goal, talk us through the third one. Tight control, 2 or 3 touches. And what we noticed when you were running through here, Phil, is you never, ever look down at the ball. And what you do, in terms of the goalkeeper, you're just waiting for him to give you a little edge, a little angle, to give you a little gap.
Yeah, I think Rodri intended to play the ball to me originally. But, it went to Earl and I had to react. Yeah, Earl set the ball really well. And, yeah, it was all just in one stride from there onto the goal. And, yeah, it's the manager's big on it at the moment for me to stay patient in front of goal and not rush things, and I thought I showed composure on the last goal, so yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
You certainly did. Your second hat-trick, your 9th win in a row. Well done. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Cheers, thanks guys. Thank you.
Phil Foden, live for you from the G.
He definitely sees himself in that top category of players, and they all are, to be honest. Every one of those attacking players from Manchester City can take the game away from any team in the Premier League. They're that good. Just so happened that tonight was Phil Foden's night, and he almost single-handedly, put Brentford to the sword.
Michael talks about experience. He's got 14 major honours, 5 titles already in his career.
What I like about his journey up to this day is that City really took care of him. So they didn't throw him straight away because he's talented, and we need to show that we can provide young players, young British talent. They took him on his first season with 10 games there. He got the medal of the champion, and then the following season he played a little bit more, and the third season he became a starter. And like Mo said, I think he would just get better and better. Today's football players need to be able to understand position. Phil can play as a false 9, he could play number 10, he can play number 8, he can play on the wings. That's important, maybe not so much for Manchester City because they have the money to buy the player they want. But if you look at the lower club, it's important to have players like James Milner who can fit and play different positions, And I think he's the modern kind of players that can play equally good anywhere you want. And for a team like City, you have Bernardo Silva, then you can fit him on the number 10. You have Kevin De Bruyne, you can play him on the left wing. I think he's a very special talent, obviously British, so English people must be proud of that. But like Mo said, I think he would just get better with experience.
You also said that you felt his first goal right on the stroke of half-time was the crucial one in terms of the outcome of the game today.
Yeah, I just thought it would have totally changed the team talk for both managers, really. It would totally change the feel around the game for both teams. If Brentford had gone in at 1-0, then it might have been a different story. And it was a mistake. I do think it was a mistake. I think a more experienced defender, a better defender, would probably position his feet better. I mean, he almost kills the speed of the ball. He can let it go, he can flick it out for a corner, he can head it to the left, to the right, but anywhere by dropping it down on the penalty spot, right in the path of Phil Foden. He makes no mistake. Just make sure he keeps it down, hits it straight into the ground. But I do think it was an avoidable, a goal that they could have avoided.
But then it just took 8 minutes into the second half for City to turn the screw, and you love the delivery here from De Bruyne.
I mean, this is what Pep wants from him. You know, we know Kevin is not someone who's going to dribble past players, but in those situations, in the half space, there's not a player in Europe that can deliver like this. You can see him actually stopping his run right there and then deliver the perfect ball to the perfect player. There's some work to do when the ball arrives to Foden. You know, it's not a simple goal, but the ball is just delicious, you know.
Personally, I think, lots of players will just knock the ball into areas, but I think Phil Foden's got his arm up, he's pointing to where he's got it. I think you can see De Bruyne, he lifts his head up just before he gets it out of his feet. I think he's actually pinpointed that one right into the perfect area. Really interested as well in terms of the finish. You've got 2 posts to aim for, and he's headed it down at probably a harder finish, actually. You're getting less on it into this nearer corner. And, you can only do that finish, really, if you've got a lot of pace or enough pace on the ball. Normally you'd head the ball back where it came from into that far post. But this time he just slides it into the near post. It's a brilliant, brilliant finish. But as I say, you can only do this if you've got enough pace on the ball.
We can argue also the movement of the 2 centre-backs. They run into each other. Again, they cross their run. You see the defender most toward the goal. He's actually, the ball, sorry, is actually dropping again. This is small mistake. And against teams like City, you don't want to make those mistakes. It's very details, but it costs goal and obviously points.
And maybe the finish is more impressive because that's a collector's item. 73 Manchester City goals. That's just his 3rd ever header.
Yeah, but I would say that Manchester City, in general, over the years, have not been a crossing team. No. Now they've got Erling Haaland, of course, and you play to your strengths. But really, who have they had over the years? Sergio Aguero and players like that. Good in the air, don't get me wrong, but not really a team that get the ball wide and just chip it up in the air. They're always little cutbacks. How many times do you see Manchester City score a goal with a little tap in from 2 or 3 yards out? Raheem Sterling used to do it all the time. So I don't think they're a team that play to score lots and lots of headed goals. But he's just shown there. That was a cracking header, really difficult header. So he's just proven that he can do it when the service comes in.
Erling Haaland's all about goals, obviously, but he did get the assist for the hat-trick goal into Foden's feet.
Yeah, he will be a little bit frustrated. He asked for a few balls, in the space. Usually we can find him. It's his first game back, but I think the past